Welcome to Antrim Town, a charming destination in the heart of Northern Ireland, steeped in history, graced with architectural beauty and surrounded by breathtaking natural landscapes. Join us as we explore the origins, historical journey, remarkable personalities, iconic landmarks and the tranquil scenery of this vibrant town. According to tradition, a monastery was founded at Antrim in AD 495, 30 years after the death of St. Patrick, to take forward his ministry, with a small settlement growing up around it. Initially part of the kingdom of Dalriada by the Clotworthy, an ancient tribe in the 6th century, whose lands stretched from eastern Ulster, Londonderry, Antrim and Down, to the western shores of Argyll, Scotland, granting first kings of Ireland. Antrim's roots reach deep into the loomy soil of antiquity, stretching back to the shadowed days of ancient Clothian and Gaelic tribes, Vikings, French-Norman conquest, and the Scottish and English immigrants. It was here on the shores of Lough Neagh, this vast shimmering lake said to have formed by the tear of a giant on the banks of the 6 Mile River, that the first settlers found solace. From its humble beginnings, Antrim grew into a thriving hub of trade and community. Its proximity to Lough Neagh and the river's 6 Mile water made it a natural crossroads, where fishermen's nets were laden with bounty and merchants bartered beneath the canopy of a boundless sky. By the 17th century, the plantation of Ulster introduced new settlers with new ambitions, shaping Antrim into a tapestry woven of resilience and enterprise. Architect lovers will find plenty to marvel at in Antrim. The jewel in its crown is undoubtedly Antrim Castle Gardens, a 400-year-old estate blending formal gardens with woodlands. Although the original castle was destroyed by fire in 1922, the remaining grounds are a beautiful place to connect with history. Adjacent to the gardens stands Clotworthy House, now an arts centre showcasing local talent and cultural exhibitions. Its Georgian facade hides centuries of stories within. One such story was that of Lady Marion, the fair young wife of Sir Hugh Clotworthy. Hugh being away many times, and on these occasions feeling of loneliness came over her, she would wander from the bawn by the Great North Gate and direct her footsteps on the green bank of the river. One day, when standing on a sandy beach in front of thicket, she heard a sharp growl from behind. Startled and alarmed, she turned around. When horror struck, she beheld a huge wolf, with distended jaws and eyes of fire, in the act of springing on her from the thicket. Uttering a scream of terror, she fell to the ground. Her weakness saved her life, for the wolf, missing his deadly spring, fell and rolled beyond her. Almost instantaneously another roar was heard, still louder than the first, and a second animal swept with lightning speed across her, seized the wolf. She swooned, and on returning to consciousness, she saw the wolf stretched on the bank at some distance, mangled and dead. Lying by her side, licking her hand and looking up wistfully into her eyes, she seen her faithful and loving Irish wolfhound. About half a mile to the northeast, and in the middle of the plantation of G.J. Clarke's Square, in a part of the valley leading to Lough Neagh, is one of the most perfect round towers in the island. It is built of unhewn stone and mortar, perfectly cylindrical in form, and is 95 feet in height and 49 feet in circumference. During the United Irishmen Rebellion of 1798, it was the principal scene of hostilities which took place in the county. The insurgents had planned an attack on the 7th of June by marching forces in 4 columns respectively from Belfast, Carrickfergus, Ballymena and Shane's Castle roads. But their design becoming known to the military commanders of the district, troops were hastily assembled in the town, and the inhabitants were also mustered for its defence. The conflict was obstinately maintained on both sides, but at length the insurgents fled in all directions, leaving behind them 3,000 pikes and muskets. More than 900 of them were slain in the town, and many killed in the pursuit. The town is situated on the banks of the 6 Mile Water River, on the great road from Belfast to Londonderry, and one of the most fertile and beautiful valleys in the county. It consists of 2 principal streets, with others branching from them. Many of the houses are modern and well built of stone and roofed with slate, and several are ancient, of timber framework and plaster. The inhabitants are amply supplied with water from conduits in the streets. The manufacture of paper is carried on to a very great extent. Mills for the purpose were first erected about the year 1776. The town also supports a large brewery, flour and meal mills, malt kilns, stores for grain and other appendages, the whole affording employment to a great number of industrious poor. At Boghead, 1 mile distant and on the same stream, is another paper mill on a smaller scale. There are also several bleach greens in the parish, and the weaving of linen, calico and hosiery is carried on in the dwellings of many of the poor, both in the town and the neighbourhood. The town has been contested in many great battles, and many notable figures are related to the town, from Sir Hugh Clotworthy to Sir James Hamilton, and also celebrated figures such as Alexander Irvine, a writer and preacher best known for his autobiography, My Lady of Chimney Corner, which chronicles the life in 19th century Ireland with profound empathy. Beyond its urban charm, Antrim is a gateway to some of Northern Ireland's most stunning natural landscapes. At the forefront is Lough Neagh, the largest freshwater lake in the British Isles, where visitors can enjoy fishing, bird watching, or simply soaking in the serene beauty. Just a short distance away lies Shane's Castle, an atmospheric ruin overlooking Lough Neagh. Its romantic decay and legends of ghosts make it a favourite among visitors, now only available to view on certain event days. Yet Antrim is more than its stones and scenery, it is its people. Generations of families, having woven together like the threads of a quilt, have made this town their home. They celebrate their heritage with lively festivals and cherish the future with laughter and love. And so Antrim stands, a town where past and present intertwine, where every stone and street whispers a story, and every breeze carries the scent of possibility. It is a place not merely to visit, but to feel and to remember and to treasure. For in Antrim the soul of Northern Ireland shines brightly, forever welcoming, forever enduring.